that John Cena turned? Certainly. Surprised? Not exactly. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. Good thing I got Cena for a half a point, or I'd be below 500 for the PLE. Belair better hope she doesn't win at WrestleMania, but because Cargill will be after her once she destroys Naomi. Speaking of Cena, it's what the pro wrestling community has been talking about over the last 2 weeks. In fact, it's what almost all of social media seems to be discussing. Hell, Jon Stewart on the Daily Show even compared it to what the president did to Ukrainian President Zelensky. And it's pretty damn close, though at least Trump didn't kick Zelensky into little Kievs. But it's still a big to-do even 15 days later. John Cena won the Elimination Chamber and, as such, will face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. After the win, Rhodes came out to celebrate with him. Then The Rock came out wanting Rhodes to answer his call for his soul. And Rhodes treated Rocky like a Ukrainian border guard treated a Russian battleship. At first we thought Cena was happy for Rhodes and hugged him in solidarity. Then Rocky gave the slitting throat movement that was far from a metaphor. One kick to the ghoulies and several belts with the belt later, and we learned that the time was now for John Cena to turn heel. As heel turns go, this is right up there among the most shocking. More than Shawn Michaels throwing his longtime tag team partner through a plate glass window. More than Hulk Hogan joining the NWO and WCW. Even more than when Andre the Giant turned on Hogan by making him bleed after ripping Hogan's shirt off. But the only reason why it was so shocking is that Cena's been a face for over 20 years. That's probably the longest stretch as a face in modern pro wrestling history. Here's the thing though. John Cena's been a face for so long, people seem to forget that he more or less started his WWE career as a heel. Oh yeah, he came in all buffed and clean cut when Kurt Angle asked for competition while Angle was a heel. And his first number of matches was as a face. When he didn't seem to be getting the respect he thought his ruthless aggression deserved, he took on a new role, the Doctor of Thugonomics. And in that form, he was a heel. I mean, think about it for a second. You ever wonder where the AA or attitude adjustment came from? Long before Vince McMahon made the WWE more family friendly, it was called the FU. And the FU was a modification of Brock Lesnar's F5 finishing move. Because Cena wanted to face Brock, a face at the time, for his WWE Championship. He even got Bull Buchanan out of obscurity for a while as his bodyguard. What babyface has a bodyguard to do his dirty work? But while the Angle and his rapping did make him a fixture in the WWE at the time, it didn't last. Angle made him see the light, and like Angle, he turned face, and has been that way the rest of his career. Until now. Seems the longer one remains on one side of the face-heel fence, the more shocking the turn becomes. Anyone remember that Hogan was a heel in AWA and his first year or so in the WWE before he defeated the Iron Sheik and became the true face of the company? No, they only remember the decade and more as a face in WWE and WCW, which made the move to the NWO a true whiskey tango foxtrot to his fans. So after 20 years as the WWE's good boy and fulfilling more Make-A-Wish requests than anyone in the history of the sport, John Cena finally decided to turn to the heel ways that got him to the dance in the first place. And people who grew up worshiping at the altar of word life and learned hustle, loyalty, respect through him are still curled up in the fetal position as their patron saint has betrayed them. And everyone from 2 to 16 who only knew him as a face are still crying their eyes out. But when you've been watching the WWE for as long as I have, you're more amazed that Cena remained a face for so long than shocked at his turning. For all intents and purposes, this may be the best time for him to turn, as it's doubtful he's reconsidering retirement from the ring. I mean, for goodness sakes, the man is 47 years old, and with him being in Hollywood for such a long time, he is way past his prime as a wrestler. So was the turn shocking to me? Of course it was. One does not simply walk into heeldom after decades of hearing cheers, but it's not like he doesn't know how to be a heel, and it's more shocking to me that he didn't turn years ago. I mean, if I kept hearing "Wolvie sucks" shouted by half the WrestleMania crowds, I'd consider telling everyone to go you-know-what yourselves. But I guess to paraphrase Harvey Dent, either retire a face, or you wrestle long enough to see yourself become the heel. And as far as I'm concerned, it's about damn time. I'm Chris Wolvie, the Wrestling Blog, who always tells it like it is. Pray for peace, and I'll see ya.